Philly, Joe and Kirby podcast.
This is the Philly, Joe and Kirby podcast.
92.1 City, Winnipeg's rock station, the Prince of Darkness, the great Ozzy Osbourne at 6:10 with Philly, Joe, and Kirby. Kicking off the show on a Wednesday.
I guess that announcement for that 92.1 City World Tour to see them in Birmingham, the whole Black Sabbath crew and all the other all-stars that are going to be appearing, that shouldn't be too far away then.
It's got to be happening soon.
Yeah, we had just heard that Ozzy, his producer, people were saying that he sounds better than ever. Just his physical health is the question.
Well, it's meeting day tomorrow with Iron Mike. Yes. So we might as well ask him. Can you throw that on your pad for things to ask him? Because that can come up.
Joe just got a new notepad.
I did. Yep.
That's brand spanking new. Just fresh this morning?
No, last week.
Okay.
That's got to be a good feeling, though, having a fresh pad of paper. Because I know when I start a new journal, it's like the best feeling.
Yeah. Well, two different feelings, I'm thinking, between you and I. The pad of paper for me, the fresh pad, I agree with you. When you start a new pad of paper, there's really, it's a great feeling. It's when you get down to the last 2 or 3 pages on the pad, you really go.
I don't like that.
I can wait. You can't throw it out. You can't waste paper. But you sit there and you go, it'd be so much better if I could have started the new pad today. But
so do you just chuck that pad in your bag at the end of the show? Don't you find the papers get ruffled? Like I've got a
can happen.
I've got a zip sort of. I call it an attaché. That's probably not the. It's like a zipper binder, but very thin. You've seen it?
Yes.
It's and that's where I
do have one of those somewhere.
That keeps my pad of paper from getting all crinkled in my in a bag or something.
I can't carry anything else in that though. Your attaché, that's it. One-dimensional pens, and that's it.
Put a pen in there.
You know what though? When you have one of those, like you feel important.
Can I tell you something funny? So I volunteer with Transcona Minor Hockey Association, and so I go to East End lots of times. Just for my kids, I'm not going as a part of TMHA just to watch their hockey games or whatever. But people who know me say, we always know that you're here as a part, for something to do with TMHA. When I've got that little
that's business
that attaché with me or whatever, that zip binder that has my pads of paper.
That's
in
it.
Must mean I've got a meeting.
Business days.
When I go to my Crime Stoppers meetings, that's what I put all my stuff into, and I feel very important.
Like a zip thing with pens in it.
It's all, and it's got the Crime Stoppers logo on it. We all got them as board members.
Well, that's almost pressure though. You need to bring that. If you're the only one going to the board meeting without the logoed thing that they had given you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't go rogue.
Everybody else is walking in with theirs, and they're going, that was a waste of one.
You know, she
never brings it.
I rarely even take notes, but I still have to. You have to bring that thing. You unzip it, open it up.
Yep.
You got the pad, and you got the pen, and the meeting's over, and I haven't written anything down.
I'm going to go a step further. I not only have this pad, the 8x10 pad, or whatever the legal document size is. I've got 2 small pads in the bag. I really do.
Like a small pad of paper. Yeah. What? Like you're going to take a statement?
Like just a note or
like
something.
You're gonna
I don't know why.
It's Columbo.
Take observations.
I just have them.
Write people's license plates down.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
I don't know why I have them in there.
You are the grocery list.
You are the king of the notepad. You
I
are.
Guess. Yes, I don't know.
What a thing to be known for. Joe Aiello.
Philly, Joe, Kirby.
Philly, Joe, and Kirby
podcast.
The Philly, Joe, and Kirby podcast.
Birthday request coming in on the Boston Pizza text line bright and early today, JoJo.
Yeah, we don't always give them just on Facebook now, Phil. Sometimes we gotta hit them.
You two and your Facebook birthdays.
We're like a tag team at that now. Like, I'm sorry, Joe, I copied you on that, but
sorry. I told you right from the beginning. Birthdays are important.
And we have a lot of mutual friends, so you're going to start seeing, like, on somebody's page.
I have already.
You're going to say, Joe, happy birthday, Philly.
All
right
of a sudden, Phil's
happy
on
birthday.
my timeline wishing people happy birthday. I'm like, what's going on?
You can still jump on board.
Come on, Kirby, do it. How funny would it be if all 3 of us were on there?
Oh, so funny.
Come on.
So funny.
From the girl that celebrates hers for a whole month. She can't jump on board for other people's birthdays.
I can. I send them a personal note.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
Yes. Anyway, good morning and happy 34th birthday to me. What are the odds of me hearing the game by Motorhead before 6:45? It would be greatly appreciated. This comes from Silent J.
Happy birthday, Silent J.
Yes, take the month.
And kudos to you on requesting an unbelievable song for your birthday. Yeah.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast. Call the Bone Phone, 780-BONE. Brought to you by Auto Gallery of Winnipeg.
Good morning. I need to circle back to a topic about the damn bright headlight. Oh, something needs to be done. A fundamental part of driving is being able to see. It's why we take eye tests before we get our licenses. And, hearing a person call a while back, they're tired of being flashed because they've got the bright headlights and they didn't choose to get the bright headlights. It was just in their car. Well, I don't care whose fault it is. Like, something needs to be done. Can we identify these bright headlights somehow? Like part numbers, manufacturers, people can go back to their dealerships, go to their mechanics, get these retina burning lights out of my car so people stop flashing me. We'd all be better off. It's ridiculous.
So she's got the bright lights.
Yep.
And she's sick of getting flashed. She must get flashed constantly.
I just saw a TikTok the other day, and I do not recommend doing this, but this person had enough. So they had put reflectors on the back seats of their vehicles so that when somebody's behind them with those bright lights, basically it hits them back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
And they're
interesting.
like-
Now that's effort. Wow.
I know.
Reflectors.
I was like, because they were trying to make a statement about these bright lights. But yeah, something has to be done because for a lot of drivers, it can be very jarring.
Why were they even put into place by manufacturers in the first place? They're a safety issue.
They got to go.
They got to go.
Because we all run into it all the time. If you're driving at night on the highway, you run into it. Somebody with these crazy lights.
Because there's not enough going on with the tariffs right now for the car industry.
Yeah.
We're going to get them to bring this up at their next meeting. Wow, it's crazy.
This gentleman would like something done about a dangerous intersection that he's concerned about.
Hey guys, my name is JC from East Selkirk, and I got a bone to pick. I was coming home this afternoon at the intersection of Highway 509 and Highway 59, and right in front of me, as I was at the stop sign, wham! Another car crash. Somebody was going a little too fast one way, another way. Major glass and parts everywhere. Somebody needs to get that area changed so that it happens way too much, man, at that intersection. Fortunately, no one was seriously hurt. I think they're both okay. They were walking off. Being just a normal person, I don't think I can do very much. I was hoping maybe you three, being the radio celebs you are, maybe you could talk to Mr. Canoe,
Wow, yeah.
have them talk to the highway people, make some changes at that intersection, either a reduced speed or even lights. It's too busy and too fast.
So correction, it's not us. When these bone phones come in, we're not like, okay, after the show I gotta call Bob and then I'm gonna call Gillingham. I appreciate the compliment, but it's just we really believe that when these calls air on the bone phone, they gain traction.
Somebody out there has heard. 509 and 59, that junction right there, this gentleman is saying major problems. I'm sure anybody in that area, usually if you're from that area, you're going to know that that's a tricky corner or a wonky corner. So there you go. Word's out.
Okay.
It'll get to the right people.
I got Mayor Scott Gillingham on my...
DM him.
Yeah, it's a great idea, Kirby, but this is outside the city, so
Okay.
why waste the mayor's time? Go ahead.
Do it
Just
anyway.
continue
Do it
sending
anyway.
selfies.
Check out this new sweater, Mr. Mayor.
That's
Okay.
great. You'll love that.
The professor.
Education in this country as a whole is failing miserably. And I'm not speaking about teachers. They're doing what they can. But education isn't just what you get in school. Education is everywhere. For instance, a couple of years ago, my wife and I went to look at a new vehicle. This guy spent 45 minutes showing us this television screen and all the options in it. Never once opened the hood to show us how to check oil. Didn't show us how to turn on the headlights in the vehicle. He was just concerned that we knew all of the features of this stupid computer system in the vehicle so that we could adjust the radio and throw in some Google Maps garbage. Important features of the vehicle didn't matter because what the people want to know is what does the cool computer do in my vehicle? And that's why you get people on the road who have no idea what they're doing in their vehicle. They just want their TV in it.
Yeah, interesting point. And the professor sort of alluded to it at the end of the call, but I will defend car salesmen because if they start showing people under the hood and how to check the oil, they're going to be like, no. How does the Apple CarPlay work? You know, like they know what people want to see in a vehicle.
Yeah, and how do I get my garage door opener to simulate with the... He's right, though. Like, you don't get... But, on the other side of that, car salesmen will tell you in most cases the consumer is more educated. They've done their research on the vehicle before they come into the showroom because of a certain vehicle. Because you have to order your vehicle more now than just drive it off the lot, right? You're waiting.
They would be doing, I waited months for sure. But they would be doing everybody a favor, though, if they just gave a friendly reminder.
About some things?
Yeah, for sure.
The lights.
Specifically the lights,
Yeah,
because we hear
good
people
call.
not having their lights on all the time.
For
and
sure.
that could really make a difference.
Good call, Curbs. I like it. Good conversation. Let's wrap with Lisa. With this time of year, everything's melting, and then it freezes, and you have to be careful out there because it gets slippery.
Hi, it's Lisa. Hello. I was listening to you guys on the radio, and it's like an ice rink outside, and Howard Manshine is so funny. He said, I had that song stuck in my head for 20 years. And I said, what song was it? Anyway, cheers and drive safe, I guess. I don't even have a car. But I gave away my mountain bike. And
Why'd you do that?
Anywho, I'm going to stay at home and listen to the Bone Phone. Have a good day.
Why'd you give away your mountain bike, Lisa? Why would you do that?
Because she's probably a very kind person.
Yeah, it sounds
I
like
would
it.
imagine.
She does sound like it.
Absolutely.
And maybe somebody needed it, but be careful out there. We don't need you taking a fall.
I'm actually surprised Howard, who's a good friend of mine, has never delved into the world of comedy. That kind of stuff.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
And I'm telling you, whenever lights that are too bright, like headlights that are too bright, come up on the Bone Phone like it did about 20 minutes ago, the Boston Pizza text line goes crazy, and I'm sure we've already got responses on the Bone Phone, which we will run tomorrow morning. But it's just one of those hot button topics.
Look, I'm not a mechanic by any means, but this came in from Kelly, and I thought it was a pretty good idea, at least to maybe start helping the situation, is when these new vehicles are purchased, maybe they get a once-over from the service department at the dealership, because it's only the new cars that we're having this issue with, and maybe they get adjusted, at least at that level, from the service department before they hit the road. That can't hurt.
That would be interesting, and
Yeah.
if they could do that, man, that would be very helpful.
Sure, I don't see why they couldn't.
Because you can feel the frustration both on motorists, and we've all been there when these bright lights are coming at you, and what's your first reaction? Your brights are on, I'm going to flash you with my brights.
Sure.
And then on the other end, people, we get this one all the time. Even the person who called the phone was saying, change it because I'm sick of people flashing their brights at me.
Yeah.
So
There is the other sidebar to that, too, of the people that just actually have their high beams on.
There's always got to be a few of those.
Yeah, and that's really tricky for the ones like us that don't, where you're sitting there going, well, are those the new lights? Nope, they just got their high beams on.
It's time. It's like honestly, no pun intended. It's their time to shine.
Yes.
because they can go under the radar.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
not be blamed.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
people on the Boston Pizza text line talking about Tiger Woods' injuries and how it reminds them of how they feel. This one here, Tiger's aches and pains sounds like he could be me, but I'm only a plumber. Like, I think that's what's happening with Tiger. For his whole career, nobody could relate to him. You know, he's a phenom golfer. Pro golfers in general, pro athletes, is like, yeah, I can't relate to these people and how good they are at sports, whether it be golf, football, hockey, whatever.
I love it. I love the fact that Tiger's body is breaking down even more, and that's more of a personal reason, and I'll tell you why.
Because you relate.
I have come home complaining about a sore back or a shoulder after a game of golf, and you get the look of, oh, really? So you were out there for 5-6 hours drinking some rum, having some food, telling some bad jokes, and golfing, and now you're coming home to complain your lower back is sore. And now you got Tiger as an example, one of the greatest of all time.
Nothing has taken that guy down. No health issues. No, publicity issues. He just keeps on trucking.
Well, I think like his life took him down at the height of his career, I would say. Like,
but he was able to sustain his career. Like, he's still golfing to this day.
Yeah.
But where would he be without, things that have happened in his career? His
for sure.
The well-publicized failed marriage, and then all the injuries. Like, can you imagine?
Car accident.
Yeah.
Right. I remember
will
the
say
documentary.
This. You're partly right, Curbs, as far as his career, but he never won another championship coming back from a couple of those surgeries. Like, he's never been able to be the same Tiger. He's got the lightning in a bottle approach as far as his name and his brand, but he doesn't play like he used to. No.
Well, isn't his son like his up-and-coming protege?
They've played in a couple tournaments together, but man, I'll tell you, you want to talk about golf shoes to fill?
Yeah.
That kid, that'd be a tough position to be.
He's a decent golfer, though. Like, I've seen some footage of him.
Yeah, he plays. I remember looking into it. I don't think he's he's not Tiger when he was growing up. I mean, there's.
Have you even heard any word about him getting on the pro circuit? I haven't. Like, as far as the PGA,
he's too young. Isn't he too young for that?
Yeah, but I don't even know
down
if
the road.
They're
You mean?
saying, like, I'm not hearing that about the kid. But
yeah, he plays some youth tournaments and stuff, but I don't think he's one of the top guys in those tournaments.
I was joking he should sign an endorsement deal with Milton Bradley or whoever came out with the Operation game.
Yeah,
and have a Tiger Woods edition.
Well, the most recent, in case you're sitting there going, what happened? He ruptured his Achilles while training, and he can't let it go. Like, a lot of people are saying, I feel like every time one of these injuries happens with Tiger, golf pundits are like, this has to be it, right? He's not going to step on. He's not going to play the Masters again. He's not going to try to play competitively again. But he always has the same answer. I'm going to work and I'm going to get back because I can't imagine not playing the Masters every year.
I'm going to suggest the golf cart. They should bring those into play at that pro level. I think it would speed up the game a little bit too.
Oh my God.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Would you rather, Curves, create and tour with a best-selling saxophone album? So you're making an album and then you're touring on it. It's a saxophone album and you're the lead saxophonist. Or write and tour with a best-selling book about how to prevent head lice. So both of these involve creating something and then you have to tour. And
a book tour?
A book tour.
Or a saxophone tour.
Or a saxophone tour.
Oh, boy. I can't imagine you'd bring out a big crowd for a book about head lice. I don't think too many people are like, did you hear Kirby's in town with her book about how to prevent head lice?
Oh, man, you can't get tickets, so it's really hard.
I want her to sign it. I'm going to go with the saxophone. That is way more badass.
Okay.
Easy peasy. And there's something sexy about the sax, too.
There's nothing sexy about how to prevent head lice?
It's more practical.
Tea tree oil helps, usually.
All right, moving on. Would you rather steam pour out of your ears like a train every time you're mad, or bark like a dog whenever you get excited, Kirby? And you can't help this. It just happens.
Oh, God. Well, no, I can't do the bark like a dog. I'm excited a lot.
Oh, yeah. There'd be a lot of that in here.
I've been recently described as having a golden retriever personality.
I don't know what that means.
I'll explain it to you guys later.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I think that I would probably do the steam out of the ear.
Yeah, me too. I don't get mad very often, so when I do, that would happen. But you'd feel better because you let it out.
Mm-hmm. Your dog bark would be a tough dog, though, Joe. Like when you
very intimidating.
Yeah, not one of those Shih Tzus that barks all the time.
Like a yappy
that's
dog.
Annoying yappy.
Because you don't get mad very often, but when you do, it's the big bark.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Little sidebar there. Okay, would you rather, Kirby? This is one that when I wrote this down, I was thinking of you, Curbs. Would you rather have one person show up to your birthday party out of 70 invites, or have 400 people show up even though you only invited 10? And of course, we went to a party of yours where there wasn't enough chairs or room.
Yeah.
Because
It was a table of 10 that had about 32 people showed up. It was the best game of musical chairs ever without the music.
And honestly, I was stressed the entire time.
Yeah, nobody went to the bathroom because they didn't want to lose their seat at that party.
Wow. I had 3 people sitting on top of me.
I can't help it that I have so many friends.
Yeah.
That's
what
it's
it
the
was.
curse. It's the curse of your personality, Kirby.
Dear God. My golden retriever personality.
Yeah, true.
Okay, I'm going to say I'd rather a bunch of people show up than one. Who wants one person?
Yeah, that's a
sad.
date, not a
70
party.
invites, one person shows up. So you would rather have 400 and on 30 invites. Well, I guess how are they coming? Because word got out would be the question. Well, I wouldn't want
By
to.
car. They're coming by car.
No, what I'm saying is if you only invited 30 and 400 showed up, I wouldn't want those other people to be inconvenienced because we wouldn't have the proper room for them. So I think that would be the way. I'd rather have the 1 out of the 70 show up.
400.
And at least
Joe's a good host, always thinking about how it affects other people.
That's how he rolls. Okay. Finally, we'll wrap with this one. Would you rather accidentally kick John Wick's dog or accidentally spill a drink on Steven Seagal's 3/4 length leather coat?
The leather coat.
Because John Wick, like, you just be, and I don't mean like boot the dog hard so it hurts, right? You're just, sometimes you're walking and a pet gets, and you just like trip over the pet a little bit. And
I still
and
wouldn't
John
want to
Wick-
mess with his dog.
John Wick loves that dog. So you'd rather.
And you know what? The leather jacket, Joe, prove me if I'm wrong, but that'll just like, it's like rain repellent.
It's just going to pour off.
It's not gonna stain.
Like Seagal, I don't know. He's not playing. You spill a drink on that coat, Joe. You're going with the dog. Sorry, the coat. Right,
Yeah.
The coat.
Yeah, I'm going with the coat as well. I think at this point, the weight of that coat alone on Steven Seagal and his weight. I think I'm a little younger. I think I could be a little bit more elusive, even though he could snap the tendons in my arm in one fell swoop. You don't want to mess with John Wick. You see what happens with the dog in the movie.
Yeah, and I think you're right. You could outrun Seagal.
I could outrun him at this point in my life. Now, if we were talking 30 years ago, that's Seagal.
Yeah.
I'm going with the dog and taking my chances because it was accidental. You could probably get your way out of that. But you spill a drink on Steven Seagal.
Oh, boy.
I don't even think if he'd notice now.
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
Kirby, what is it about your personality that makes you the golden retriever of humans? Or, sorry, how did you phrase that? We never did get into it during the show, but you mentioned sort of like an offhanded remark, and we were like, we'll make sure we talk about that later in the show. And I mean, that's what makes the PJK Extra so valuable. Such a valuable part of the podcast is that we can revisit things and sort of say, oops, we forgot to bring this up. But golden retriever Kirby, where
did this come from?
Well, it's a term that I think was coined on TikTok, not surprising, but it's some way to describe somebody that's like easily excitable. They're like overall just like super happy about life. Like a golden retriever is always happy. Like you know, they just seem like a type of dog that is outgoing, affectionate, and loyal and happy all the time.
Right. So you saw that and you're like, I'm the golden retriever.
No,
it's like
told me
giving
that.
yourself your own nickname. No, so somebody told you that.
Because I thought I was black cat energy, but that's a different type of energy.
I didn't even know either one of these kind of energies existed. So golden retriever
energy.
Okay.
It's
Joe,
a term. It's a slang term.
Joe, I'd put you at a law like your dog. This is gonna. They say that everybody takes on the personality of their pets. I think you remind me of Stewie. Very protective, but you're more welcoming than your dog. You said your dog doesn't really like visitors, right?
He doesn't like visitors.
Yeah,
he's stubborn. I guess I'm stubborn in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the opposite is the black cat energy, which is independent, loyal.
Back to me, Kirby.
Yeah, sorry, let's make it about Kirby.
No,
sorry about the Joe.
What was
back
black
over
cat
here.
energy? Sorry.
maybe one of you guys fall into this
Just
category.
teasing you. Just teasing.
What was black cat energy?
Basically, like a person who's more quiet, reserved, like that.
Someone actually said that about you?
Not me. I thought that was me.
You thought that was you? Really? Wow. Hold on. I got to hear what black cat energy is. Sorry. Break this down. Hold on. Let's do this. Go ahead.
Okay, a black cat energy person is somebody who likes spending time alone.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think everybody doesn't mind a little bit of time alone.
But
right?
there are varying degrees. I would
Yes.
say in this room, I like time alone maybe more than you, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe Kirby. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm not.
Yeah.
But
no,
I
Kirby
do.
likes a little bit of time
Yeah.
alone, but she likes to be engaged.
Yeah,
You're probably the biggest introvert.
Yeah, I like
in that
my
group.
downtime.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say out of all three of us, Phil has the most black cat energy.
Well,
Possibly.
I'm just more shocked that you thought you had it. That's
Well,
all.
I
what
wanted
what
to
other
be a
parts?
cat, but apparently I'm
Well,
a
that's
golden
different.
retriever.
That's different. You want to be a cat. Wow.
I want to be a Komodo dragon. I think I have Komodo dragon.
Yeah, like if we're picking animals that you
dragon
want to be,
energy.
it doesn't give you the energy.
Joe wants to be a Kodiak bear.
No, you know what? Well, yeah, it's hibernating sometimes. I've got the hair. I just want to hibernate.
That's
Oh,
the
my
Golden
gosh.
retriever energy, I think you could say about a lot of people. That makes sense. And this is of course it is on TikTok, of course. No, but so is there any other animals that come out there like
I think that's like the two. Like you're either a black cat energy or
Okay.
a golden retriever. Like they're kind of like the
there's not.
introverted or
No.
extroverted versions.
Find us something with lots of animals
like
to
there's
choose
not
from.
you're
Phil, I
not
typed in Komodo dragon energy. And
Yeah.
all it says is that it has remarkable stamina and energy.
Well, that's not me, but still.
how about two hump camel energy? Somebody that drinks a lot of water but never has to pee.
you.
Somebody like that.
That's your PJK extra.
Philly Joe Kirby.
Philly Joe and Kirby.
Podcast.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
A few, Joe, you've mentioned it, March birthdays. I don't know what it is, but they're pouring in this morning. Ryan, happy birthday. He wants to get that out there. So enjoy your day, Ryan. And then a dog, Haley, Melissa. Was it Melissa? Yes. Happy birthday to my dog, Haley. And this is Melissa who makes us all the amazing food.
That's it.
The butter tarts, the stew, the chili.
Speaking of pet birthdays, like, do you celebrate Stewie's birthday, Joe?
Every year, that dog, as soon as you start singing "Happy Birthday, Boy," he starts circling like you wouldn't believe.
and
He goes crazy.
Phil, you don't celebrate a birthday for the fish.
Yes, we do.
You do.
We got two zebra danios, and I forget what kind of fish the other one is.
You have a better chance of finding out the age of a Venezuelan baseball player in Major League Baseball than you do with those two fish.
We
So
have
you,
cake,
you can pick
It's
a
purchase.
date.
He did a purchase.
neon
date.
tetra. The third fish is purchase. Neon tetra is the third fish, and I chuck cake in the tank and everything. No, we don't.
Wow, they really enjoy that, don't they?
Well,
the
you don't-
water's all murky.
You shouldn't
like,
need a reason to buy a cake, but there's three good ones right there.
Yeah, that's right. We could buy cake 3 separate occasions. No, we don't. Clearly, we don't. I don't think anybody celebrates
Their fish.
Their fish birthdays.
my cat's turning 15 in May.
That's big.
That's a big birthday for her.
Sure.
What is that in human years? Is your cat like 95 now?
Yeah, she's a sassy senior.
Can you do the research
on.
on that? I'd like to know
How
with
many
how old of a cat does Kirby live with,
is-
and how old is Stewie?
He'll be 7.
7 years old.
July. Yep.
And how's Stewie doing these days?
Doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a little cancer scare there. Last year? Had to have a little surgery, but I'll tell you, resilient, those dogs.
Guard dog, like you,
all
you
all
can't
32 pounds of them. You can't get close to Mama, I'll tell you that.
She's roughly going to be 76 years old.
Okay.
Roughly. Oh, because cats are different
Roughly
than dogs,
equivalent,
right? Yeah.
yes. Yeah, around 76-year-old human years.
And let me guess, you're planning something like for the birthday
It's
this
gonna be
year.
big.
Like
15 is a big year. And
That's true.
You know what, cats? I hope she lives till she's 20, but you just never know. So I want to celebrate this year. I've been planning like how to make a little cat cake. I've been looking up recipes.
you can have friends over to the because you can't bring the cat out to a restaurant or
No.
something. So you got so you
I
got
like to make a rezzo for my cat's 15th birthday.
Well, there is a cat cafe in town, isn't
Yeah.
it, that you've been to? But you don't bring your own cat to those.
No, they have plenty of cats
Okay.
there. Yes, I don't think my cat would enjoy going to
No.
to see a bunch of other cats on her birthday. At this age, she just wants her food, and I don't
She doesn't even like the other cat that lives in the house,
No,
does she?
she doesn't like her. She doesn't
What
like
a birthday
anybody.
party.
She lives in the laundry basket.
So what do you got? What's the guest list looking like over there, Casa to Kirby
it's
and
going
St.
to be
B?
a very small event, very private, and I'm just going to make sure she has a cute little cake.
No. Go big. It's what'd you say, 77?
76
Go
years.
big. How many chances are you going to get? Get like 20 people over there.
Would you like to come?
Probably not. I might be busy, but I think you should.
Catnip.
Joe, would you come to her birthday
No.
party? Okay, see?
Joe will MC.
Oh,
No.
Joe, that would be so
I'll get
fun.
her a gift, but I'm not coming to the party.
We got to start talking about what to get the cat
Get-
for his birthday.
Catnip. Catnip.
The Philly Joe and Kirby podcast. Philly Joe and Kirby's completely useless question.
Useless with a capital Y.
So useless.
Brought to you by Midtown Ford.
3 days grace coming with Volbeat. Tickets go on sale Friday. Do I have that right?
Yep, and there is a passcode I'm trying to look for right now that just came to my email yesterday, and of course, we got a lot of emails.
We did.
throughout
We
the
will
day.
find that. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, because it's today.
Yeah.
It starts today, and I want to make sure I get the word out on that.
Okay, well, let's get going with the question. In the meantime, Kirby, you find that, okay?
I'm on it.
Okay. 780 City, 780-2484. Jojo, go ahead with the question.
20% of us have no idea how to do this with our vehicle. Vehicle came up a lot on the bone phone today. Here it is. The pre-sale starts today at 10. The password is funky.
Okay.
Funky, okay? And it goes till tomorrow only, so
Tremendous. Throw that question out again.
you bet. I'm just scrolling back up, Phil. 20% of us have no idea how to do this with our vehicle.
Lots happening here. It's a busy show. It's an active show.
We got to
Yeah.
get the info out.
That's right. Yep.
I'm still looking through my email.
Yeah, Kirby did that. Did you notice?
I got it.
Yeah, I'm on it. I can't find it. She got like 700 unchecked emails.
Funky. That's the word.
Oh my God.
Hi, City. Go ahead with your guess.
Yeah, good morning. How about change the wiper blades?
Let's see here. Number 4, replace wiper blade. Number 4.
Good guess.
Remember, the number here is 20%.
Hello, City. You're on the air. Go ahead with your guess.
Is it change the cabin air filter?
No, I don't have that in the top 5 here.
They always tell me I need to do that when I go for an oil change.
Yeah, or they show it to you and say, like, I like it when they're, you don't really need to change it right now, and they show you that it's not that dirty. I like that one, too.
I like the when you play along, like a cabin, a wet filter. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can
Of
see that.
course.
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
I didn't even know I had a filter in
Pay
my
the
cabin.
No, you don't tell them that. 'Cause
No.
You just got to play along. That's what I'm saying. You got to show some confidence. Just
Absolutely.
go along. Of course, yeah. I figure it's about time.
I'm glad you noticed it,
Yeah.
because I would have, too.
Just
man.
ring up the bill.
Hello, City.
Hey, is it change the clock?
No, not the clock. No. Wasn't playing off a daylight saving
It was a
time.
struggle for some of us, okay?
It is, yeah. 780 City, 780-2484. For 3 days, Grace and Volbeat tickets. Go ahead.
Change light bulbs or the headlights.
That's number 2. Change a headlight. Yeah. It's harder and harder, apparently, with the newer vehicles, too. Just the way everything's streamlined on how everything sits. You got to go,
Get inside there. Hello, City.
Hey, can you help me out, Bill?
Okay, because it's a low number, I'm going to say how to put washer fluid in.
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, that's a pretty common thing most people know, but when you get into 20%,
I'm going to say a funnel has improved my pouring skills immensely.
You don't
You're not
splash
washing
it?
your car on the inside with the splash, yeah?
Yes, and I don't waste as much.
Yeah.
the best is when it's windy and that is just blowing
God, it's
everywhere.
the
Sure.
worst.
And your car's dirty and you're not trying to get your clothes while you're putting it in. It's awesome. It's a game. It
Yeah.
really is. It's an Olympic event.
Good morning.
Yeah, we'll go with oil change.
Oil change. I'll give you check the oil, number 3.
Okay.
Not the oil change, even just finding where to check the oil.
Right, that would be common. Some people don't know how to do that. Hi, City.
Hey, good morning. First, I'll hit you with the poor boys concrete shout out again.
I'll tell you. See, before 8
In our
o'clock,
defense,
you guys do your
in
thing.
our defense, I start picking guys up at 6:30.
Look at you. Are you the foreman?
Lead hand, but
Okay,
besides the point.
I love it. You guys are hard-working people. We love having you call in.
Absolutely.
20% of us have no idea how to do this with our vehicle.
I'm going to say, is it set cruise control?
Ooh. How about a win?
No way!
How about a win for the Poor Boys Concrete? They don't know how to operate cruise control on their vehicle.
I just press a bunch of buttons before it turns on. I don't really know.
How about that win? Was that the whole crew who came up with that guess?
You know what? I'll give the boys some credit. Here.
Here's the best part. It's 2 tickets. I don't know how many poor boys there are, but some of them are going to stay poor. The other ones are going to the concert.
How you picking who goes?
Oh, man. I guess we'll see who works the hardest today.
Oh, love that.
Nice.
Okay, can we hear from you guys? Like, yeah, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah!
This is the Philly Joe and Kirby podcast.
If you want to get a frosty response out of Joe, Kirby, you point out that you saw on TikTok that there are restaurants starting to put oranges on their pizza. And
Not surprising.
Yeah, I scoffed at it as well. I'm not putting fruit on pizza, like your traditional fruit. I'll eat it if, at the staff party when the only thing left after 45 minutes is the ham and pineapple.
Right.
There's usually about a quarter of the ham and pineapple and then 3/4 of the veggie pizza, and that's it. The meat lovers is gone. The pep mushroom gone.
Don't forget the other veggie pizza that's sitting right under the 3/4 of the one on top. There's always 2.
And there's a lot of ham and pineapple left over too, typically.
Yeah.
It's a fan favorite for some. Because like last weekend, I did this murder mystery night, and then before we did the game, we all made our own pizza. And then we all got to try each other's pizzas
That's
after.
cool.
Like each person made their own pizza.
That's a good idea.
But some people had some very interesting combos, I got to say.
Well, that's what's happening with pizza now because it's become its own creative form, right? That's the canvas now is the crust. So orange is not a surprise. I've seen potato now more common on a pizza. There's other vegetables people are throwing on there. Like chicken has become a big thing over the last probably decade now, right? Because of different forms of chicken.
I've had fig on pizza.
Yeah, very popular.
No.
You know it's a game changer? No, I'm with you. Well, but it goes along with the same thing. It's that
like a citrusy fruit, yes. Usually it has like some sort of like red onion and a balsamic glaze, like sometimes arugula.
Yeah. No one needs arugula on anything. I will say this. That stuff just gets caught up in your teeth.
It's a nice little topping for pizza.
Oh, it's terrible.
Get your greens in.
It's terrible. I will say this, a game changer for pizza, if you want to just add a little sweetness or even hot, honey.
Like a hot honey.
Yeah, just put a little squirt of honey on your pizza.
Over top.
It's a game changer.
I'm more likely to try, I'll say this, like different toppings. I'm not sitting here going, just meat lovers, just pep mushroom. Because, like, for example, my kids both hate mushrooms, but I like nice mushrooms on a pizza. But I like hot peppers on there. Give me black olives.
Yep.
I'll put more veggies on a pizza than I think Joe would. But,
for sure.
But I'm not doing like this. I don't like when there's like barbecue sauce instead of tomato sauce on a pizza.
Are you just a
or Alfredo.
tomato?
Yeah, I like the tomato sauce.
That's the other thing, Phil. You're right. Alfredo's become very popular on
a lot
pizzas.
of other sauces.
Barbecue, yeah.
Pesto.
So pizza's changed. You know what I love about pizza? And it was my cousin Ralphie.
What do you love about pizza?
No, if you go, there's not one pizza place that matches another pizza place. That's the magic of pizza. You can go to how many great pizza places we have in this province, and they're all going to be different. They all have their own distinct smell, flavor, taste.
And cheese is a make or break sometimes.
Sure.
Like I was toting last weekend for my pizza. I was like, mine's made with Bothwell cheese, man. Like you got to taste it. It's a different type of it crisps nice and on the top. Like
depends. There's different levels of Bothwell cheese too, though.
I know, but it was like their mozzarella, and people were just like, well, it just tastes like cheese to me.
They poo-pooed your fancy cheese.
Well, you bought local. I mean, if
Good
you're
for you.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about my vegetarian cheese pizza.
Here's the best part. Everybody wanted to get on with the game, and you were the only one of the whole group that had to explain to everybody.
Oh, you could just see this
the
too.
Pizza.
Is there a microphone? No, there's no microphone.
For more Philly Joe and Kirby, log it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.